1944. Deep inside the deadly jungles of Myanmar during World War II, a group of soldiers became trapped behind enemy lines. No roads, no escape, and no hope. But in this jungle, history was about to change forever, because for the very first time in war, a strange flying machine would attempt the impossible. The world's first combat rescue helicopter, the Sikorsky R-4. The jungles of Burma were one of the harshest battlefields of World War II. The heat was unbearable. Rain fell almost every day. Malaria, hunger, and exhaustion killed thousands. American and British soldiers fought deep inside thick forests against Japanese forces hidden in the mountains and jungle trails. Among these soldiers was a 22-year-old radio operator named Daniel Carter. Young, scared, far from home. His unit had been sent on a dangerous mission to scout enemy movements near a remote jungle village. At first, everything seemed normal, but then gunfire exploded from the trees. Japanese soldiers had surrounded them. The patrol fought back desperately, but the jungle gave the enemy perfect cover. Smoke filled the air. Men screamed. Bullets ripped through bamboo and trees. And during the chaos, Daniel was hit in the leg. The surviving soldiers escaped deeper into the jungle, carrying Daniel on a stretcher made from branches. But their situation became hopeless. They were completely surrounded. No trucks could reach them. The jungle roads were destroyed, and airplanes needed open ground to land. The nearest Allied base was miles away. Food was running low. Ammo was nearly gone, and Japanese patrols were getting closer every hour. "We're not making it out of here." Daniel's wound became infected. Fever burned through his body. Some soldiers believed rescue would never come. But back at the Allied base, commanders were preparing something experimental. Something the world had never truly seen before in combat. A helicopter. At a small military airfield stood an unusual aircraft. Tiny, fragile, strange looking. The Sikorsky R-4. Built by aircraft designer Igor Sikorsky, the helicopter looked nothing like traditional planes. Many soldiers didn't even trust it. Some called it dangerous. Others called it impossible. But there was one thing this machine could do that airplanes could not. It could hover, and it could land almost anywhere. The mission was extremely risky. The jungle clearing was tiny. Enemy troops were nearby, and the helicopter could carry only one passenger at a time. Still, the pilot volunteered. If this worked, military history would change forever. Morning arrived with heavy fog covering the jungle. The trapped soldiers heard distant engine sounds. At first, they thought it was another airplane, but the sound was different. Thup, thup, thup. The noise grew louder. Then suddenly, a strange spinning aircraft appeared above the trees. The soldiers stared in disbelief. They had never seen anything like it before. The helicopter slowly descended toward a tiny, muddy clearing. Branches snapped beneath the spinning blades. Enemy gunfire erupted immediately. The pilot fought to keep the unstable helicopter steady while bullets cracked through the jungle. The soldiers rushed Daniel toward the aircraft. The helicopter was so small that only one injured man could fit beside the pilot. Daniel looked terrified. This machine looked too fragile to fly, but there was no choice. As the helicopter lifted off the ground, mud and rain exploded into the air. Japanese soldiers fired from the trees below. The engine struggled. The aircraft shook violently, but slowly. It climbed above the jungle. For the first time in history, a helicopter had rescued a wounded soldier directly from a battlefield. Most pilots would never return, but this pilot did, again and again. Each flight carried another trapped soldier out of the jungle. Every mission risked crashing into trees or being shot down. The helicopter's engine overheated constantly. Fuel was dangerously low, but the rescues continued. By the end of the operation, multiple soldiers had been saved. Men who would have certainly died in the jungle survived because of one small helicopter. The impossible machine had succeeded, and military commanders immediately realized something terrifying. Warfare had changed forever. Subscribe for more untold war stories, legendary battles, and cinematic history videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and join the battlefield with us.